ride on the Vegas Strip with nowhere left to hide. The key would have been, but 2 months later, before he could speak on the stand, Kadafi, dead shot by an unknown hand. They called it an accident, a drunken mistake, but his man says a hit for goodness sake. Was it a cover-up to silence what he knew? Let's trace his life and find a real.
So what do you think happened on that final night? Was it just accident or planned out final fight?
Who was Gaddafi of the Outlaws when Tupac Shakur was murdered? The world scrambled for answers. In all that chaos, only one person known to the public. It was Yafufula. But in the hip-hop world, everyone knew him as Yaki Kadafi. He was just 19 years old, Tupac's godbrother, and a founding member of the legendary group, the Outlaws. See, Kadafi was in the car right behind Tupac's on the Las Vegas Strip, a key witness to the assassination that shook the world. He even told police he could identify the man who pulled the trigger. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. Just 2 months later, before he could ever testify, Kadafi himself was found dead, shot in the head in a New Jersey apartment building. The official story, a tragic drunken accident, but his family and a lot of people in the hip-hop world believe it was an execution. A calculated hit to silence the one man who could bring Tupac's killer to justice. So what really happened to Yaki Kadafi? To figure that out, you have to understand the life that led him to that fatal moment. A life. Okay, so I just want to stop it real quick because I want to show you a comment. There was a documentary that was created, I would say a few years ago, 2022 to 2023. It's when the documentary was actually filmed and completed. Per the guy who actually did it. Let me see if I can show image file. If I can show this to you. I'm not sure. I have it pulled up, but I don't know why it wouldn't. Where is the stupid? Oh, here we go. So basically, he is supposedly the director of the documentary. The documentary was called The Killing Fields. And it was made along with Yaki Kadafi's mom, Yasmin Fula. Now let's take a look at this because it's really crazy on what happened to this documentary. He says, I am the film director who created and originally initiated the Yaki Kadafi documentary. I personally came up with the title Killing Fields along with Yasmin. Yasmin Fula is Yaki Kadafi's mom. The original documentary was completed in late 2023 through 2020, late 2022 through 2023. And it was an absolute masterpiece, is what I think you tried to say. Several people were able to see the original doc, including Yafu's father, the late Sekou Odinga. The original documentary was heavily researched, equipped with government documentation, autopsy reports, info, etc. It showed hard evidence of New Jersey police cover-up and involvement and foul play from Napoleon and his entire family. Napoleon is another member of the Outlaw. The person who pow Gaddafi is Napoleon's younger cousin. He was a minor at the time. So he's saying that the documentary showed major cover-up, from the New Jersey Police Department, as well as Napoleon and his entire family. It exposed the Outlaws Immortals, which is Tupac's group, and gave Fatal Hussein his proper respect as the only outlaw who went out to avenge Yaki. Fatal Hussein also is no longer alive. He passed away in a car accident. We will get to him during our Hip Hop as a Graveyard as well. So far as like 4 outlaw members that have passed away. Where did I leave off at? Okay. The original documentary showed full evidence of how Tupac was basically at war with at least 3 U.S. police departments at one time. We can believe that, right? One was the LAPD, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, I believe, were in New York. I don't know what the third one is, though. Does anybody know who the third police department could be? LA, because that's the one that he pow the plainclothes off duty police officers.
Right.
So it was Oakland, California, and New York. Okay, so the original documentary showed full evidence of how Tupac was basically at war with at least 3 U.S. police departments at one time: the Oakland Police Department, New York, Clayton, Fulton County Police Departments. All I know is the documentary frightened a lot of people. This is when I, as a film director, discovered that damn near all of entertainment industry and the LAPD and LA lawyers all knew who murked Tupac. This is when I discovered they all knew it was a political assassination and that no one has any intention of seriously solving Tupac's murder or Yaki Kadafi's. The original documentary spoke to all the modern rappers being murdered and chastised the Muslim community. That's interesting because if you ever watched Gene Deal, when it came down to Biggie's unaliving, remember when
Yeah.
Gene Deal spoke of the Muslim presence that was out there, and
Yes,
that
he
a
did.
man in a suit walked up on him, and that he was a Muslim, and he looked like he was about to pull out his pow pow, and then something I forgot. I don't want to lie on Gene. I will have to research it. Something transpired to where everybody dispersed or whatever. But Gene Deal swears by his name that it was a Muslim shooter that took out Biggie. So it's interesting that he says that the Muslim community was chastised. Why? I've never heard Tupac say he was Muslim. So what does the Muslim community have to do with this, right? Don't make sense to me. But it's interesting. Where did I leave off? Okay.
Chastise the Muslim community.
Okay. All right. Everyone who saw the documentary were moved to tears. I don't know how much they were removed from the original director's cut when released to the public, or if the documentary will ever be released to the public. However, I continually hope for the best, and I'm interested in seeing the final release. So they're going to make some cuts, or either they're just going to dead the documentary altogether, which is crazy. Which is crazy to me, because why? It's too much factual information in it, like you said. So, but it's very interesting that he brought up the Muslim community being chastised over Tupac's and Yaki Kadafi's murder. It could be because Yaki Kadafi was a Muslim.
I think Napoleon was a Muslim.
He is, and I got a response to from Yaki's mom in here, where she responded to the video that the outlaws, well, not all of them, but it was Napoleon, it was Idi Amin, and it was Young Noble, I believe, did a interview with Vlad TV, and she was not happy. She read them to the gods. So we'll get to that part. But I thought this was very interesting. It's sad. They really need to stop playing, because I do think that they are making TVD just take the fall. But no, it's something bigger than that. It's something definitely bigger than that, in my opinion, allegedly. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
back.
Oh, hang on. Whoa, hold up, ladies. Where's the movie?
What movie?
This documentary. Where is it? Who's holding it?
He said that whoever that he went through is holding it and cutting it or whatever. He didn't specifically say who.
Be interesting to know who.
It would be interesting to know.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really say what company it was. but he just says that it's been held up. So I'm thinking that whoever actually owns the right to he's just a director.
Right.
He's a director. So there's obviously like a company, right, that originated the documentary, right? So productions company. So I guess that company, but he's not saying, maybe he can't tell us who it is. You know?
Yep.
All right, guys. Let me get back to the video. Stop screen and share. Loyalty.
Hey, Kia, what's up?
That don't mean the best tribe. It ain't no motherfucking hat. All around get burnt like claps. Then you know we give.
With the camera. Then what Michael X said, the camera gets you every time. So watch y'all block that stuff while y'all performing and shit all in front of the camera. Yeah, we get jealous when little bro get a little camera time, but we go, you know what I mean? We'll keep that on.
So it's 1996 and Tupac's doing this thing out in Cali.
Right here,
got multi-platinum.
Guys, this is the actual trailer to the documentary that has not been released. So I was able to find the trailer on it, and it looks like it was going to be very interesting.
Albums, he's an accomplished actor, and he's really reaching new heights of notoriety. Coming up with him is a talented group of young rappers called the Outlaw Immortals. One of the outlaws is this young kid, Yaki Kadafi, who's got a real fiery flow. He actually grew up as Tupac's little brother.
I was about to say it, but he's my brother.
So for Tupac and the Outlaws, right about now, it really is sky's the limit.
Hi, I'm Kurt Loder with an MTV News Brief. 19-year-old Yafeo Fula, a member of rapper Tupac Shakur's backup group Outlaws Immortals, was found shot in the head in a public housing project in Orange, New Jersey on Sunday.
There have always been an aura of misinformation and cover-ups around the story of my son's murder. There was a conspiracy. There were lies. Witnesses were being threatened. Tupac had just been.
You're muted, Auntie Leah.
All right. So this lady that's speaking right now is Yasmin Fula. This is Yaki Kadafi's mom. So, and she's been fighting for Tupac and for Yaki since this has happened. They took out, it's just crazy, 2 brothers back to back.
Murdered 2 months.
Did you want to say something?
I going to say on this lady Yasmin Fula, when I did some research on her, she ain't no pushover. She was actually born into an activist family, and she witnessed a lot of pivotal events from the 1960s and 70s. And you know, she worked with a Queenie Shakur on the Panther case. So when it comes to conspiracy, cover-ups, yeah, if she burning fire on this, then she know what's going on. Something ain't right.
She absolutely knows what's going on, because we'll get to this part, but guess what? Yaki Kadafi's father, Sekou Odinga, was actually with the BLA. You guys remember the BLA? They are the political party or military, basically, along with Tupac's stepfather, Mutulu. They were the ones that broke out Assata Shakur from the federal prison. So yes, the government is mad at their whole family. So I understand why they think it's political now, because they broke out Assata Shakur. She fled to Cuba. She's on a political asylum, over in Cuba. Cuba will not send her back, right? So they took it out on their seeds, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Crazy.
prior. It was believed that Yafeu could identify the shooter. We always felt that it had something to do with our family involved in the liberation movement. Cass had Yaki in a chokehold, and Rashad pulled out a gun and shot him.
And that's when we find out that it was actually the cousin of another one of the outlaws that pulled the trigger that night.
The medical examiner's report refute Rashad's version. The New Jersey prosecutor's office dropped the ball. They were treating Yafeu's murder as just another black youth gone. It was no accident. The only question is why?
And unfortunately, that's all we have of that documentary. I really hope that it comes out, but I can see why the government is scared. You can tell that it was going to be deep. You can tell it was going to be good. So, but just to give you a little bit more background on Yasmin. Yasmin Fula is a civil rights advocate, former Black Panther movement activist, and the mother of Yafeu Fula, which is also Yaki Kadafi, member of Tupac's group Outlaws, and she's also the godmother of Tupac Shakur. She was born in New York City and raised in an activist family. She participated in protesting the Women's House of Detention, and later worked as a paralegal in Bronx Legal Services during the 1970s. Yasmin went to California in 1995 at Tupac's behest to help him run his media company, which was called Euthanasia Incorporation. It envisioned as a Black liberation media enterprise. Those plans halted after the 1996 execution of both Tupac and Kadafi. So that gives you a little background on her. I might do a songography on her. Somebody else, hey, what up, Black? What up, Black? Everybody meet Black TV. Black, this Nick.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, Black TV?
What's going on, Temper? Nick, Auntie Leah.
Yes, your internet favorite auntie's in the house. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. But Nick is from Australia. They're in Australia, right. And Temper's in the Bahamas. So we got continents on this platform right now. So I just want to catch you up right now. We're just now really starting it, talking about Yaki Kadafi. I'm pretty sure you know who he is. You're not as old as me, but you probably I don't know. You might be a young buck. But that was a little bit of background on Yaki Kadafi's mom, Yasmin Fula. Does anybody else have anything to say about Yasmin?
No, you can go through. Let's block one. Nick have something to say.
Black, you got anything to say, buddy?
No, not right now.
Not right now. All right, well, let's get into Yaki Kadafi. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you. I made my own cloned AI voice. This is gonna be so funny.
How you do that? On ChatGPT?
No, I use natural. I'll let you know. I'll text it to you. I'll text it to you, okay?
Yeah, you ain't got to gatekeep it now. Like anybody can Google it. Just tell me.
I know it ain't gatekeeping. It's me. I don't remember, and I gotta go look the shit up. So what?
Natural reader.
There you go. Natural reader. Ain't gatekeeping, bro. Nephew, calm down. Just can't remember. I'm 50. You might be like 35 or something. 50. Your mind goes a little bit. All right, natural line. Yes. And this is how I really should sound if I didn't have a speech impediment. So I got my avatar and I got my little AI voice. Enjoy. Yafu Akiela Fula was born on October 9, 1977. While he came into the world in New York, he was raised in Montclair, New Jersey. And from the moment he was born, a normal life was pretty much off the table. His parents, Yasmin Fula and Sekou Odinga, were deeply committed members of the Black Panther Party. His name itself tells a story. Yafu comes from the Fanti language in Ghana and means bold. His father, Sekou Odinga, was a prominent figure in the Black Liberation Army and was arrested when Yafu was just a child. This left his mother, Yasmin, to raise the children.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا
Okay,
Nigga
so who
Indian,
we're
ain't
watching, of course.
He Indian?
No, he Muslim.
The nigga said, yeah.
I wasn't sure what was going on then.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Y'all crazy. No,
Remind me of
he's
Frank
from
Walker.
Right, but I was about to just read a little bit on him, give you guys a little background on him. He was born Nathaniel Burns in Jamaica, Queens, New York on June 17, 1944. He joined Malcolm X's organization of Afros American United in 1965, later helping build the Bronx chapter of the Black Panther Party in 1968. After an intensified FBI and police pressure, he went underground in 1969 and joined the Black Liberation Army, the BLA. That's the one I just told you, that army that broke out Assata Shakur and got her over to Cuba. And the whole American government is pissed at the whole Shakur family and everybody that's, has anything connected to them, right? So after, I read that part, but they joined the Black Liberation Army, aka the BLA, remaining clandestine for over a decade. I can't say that word, but I probably could if I slow down. Remaining clandestine. Yes, clandestine for over a decade. Thanks, panel members. But he was arrested in October 1981 after a confrontation during which a fellow activist was killed. And subsequently, he was convicted in 1984 for charges including attempted murder of a police officer, RICO violations, and involvement in the liberation of Assata Shakur, which is Tupac's aunt. No, God, I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, no, godmother.
That's godmother.
Yeah, he had more than one godmother because so is Yasmin Fula, his godmother. Interesting. Also, the Brinks armored car robbery. He got arrested for that. So, and I'll let you hear from him how his prison, time went.
I bear witness there is no God but God, and Muhammad was his last prophet, slave servant. My name is Sekou Odinga, and I am a former member of the Black Panther Party and a former political prisoner of war. I was released on parole on November 25th, 2014, after serving 33 years in prison. In October 1981, I was captured and charged with multiple so-called crimes by two jurisdictions, New York State and the U.S. federal government. Among them was aiding in the liberation of Assata Shakur, the expropriation of an armored truck, and the attempted murder of police. For those who don't know who Assata Shakur is, in 1973, she was a 25-year-old revolutionary woman riding on the New Jersey Turnpike with two of her close revolutionary comrades when they were stopped and attacked by New Jersey state troopers. Assata was shot in the back with her hands in the air as she had been ordered to do by the troopers. An all-white jury found her guilty of the death of one of the attacking troopers.
Now remember, and yes, I have to keep stopping the video because it's fair use and I need to stop the video. So remember, she didn't really, they convicted her of first-degree murder, right? Remember?
Yeah.
But how the incident started was they was riding on the highway and they got pulled over by the police officers or the troopers for a broken tail light. So how was that premeditated?
Yeah,
I don't know.
On top of that, the police started shooting first. Asada didn't have a gun. She got shot with her hands up in the air. And she was shot in the arm and in the torso. So it was impossible for her to pow that police officer. Her lawyer presented that to the jury, and the all-white jury just totally ignored it and convicted this woman anyway. So crazy work.
Killed with his own gun and sentenced to life in prison.
Prior
to that, she had been tortured and tried numerous times on multiple charges, where she was always either found not guilty or the trial ended in a hung jury. An opportunity presented itself for us to free Assata Shakur, a political prisoner who we felt was unjustly imprisoned. So we did that. I felt good about the opportunity. I felt good about the opportunity to do this. But there was some nervousness in knowing what we were doing was dangerous and would be viewed as a criminal act. We knew the powers that be would try to stop us. We were doing something that had never been done successfully in our movement before. We thought our chances of being successful were good, based on our planning. But we felt like it was our responsibility to do this. At the time, I was a soldier of the Black Liberation Army. Black Liberation Army was part of the Black Liberation Movement. The Black Liberation Army saw itself as a protector and defender of the Black community and against constant police terror, violence, and murder. As a young activist, I was inspired by Malcolm X and thought it necessary that the Black community have a self-defense response and capability against the rampant poverty, hunger, injustice, and state violence. I was found guilty in federal court of the liberation of Assata Shakur and expropriation of an armored truck. I was sentenced to 40 years and fined $50,000 fine on those two charges. For defending myself by shooting back at police, I was found guilty of attempted murder of police in state court and sentenced to 25 years to life to run separately from the 40 years.
I got a question. And the question is, why don't we do, was it this act? Do you guys think it was this particular act that shut down all this type of activism? Because now we're just like, went back to Martin Luther King days, nonviolence. Back then, they was taking it by force. I mean, they sent this innocent woman to life in prison, put her in a men's prison where she was daily sexually assaulted by men inmates and guards and everything, tortured her. And these groups back then were like, we're not having it. We're going to get her with no fear. He said he was a little nervous, but it made him even proud to even do something like that. We have nothing going on like that today.
I still can't understand why she was sent to an all-male prison. I don't get it. How was that possible?
I don't know. Let's see.
And the sad part about it, Nick, if you really look at all the evidence what Sekou Odinga talking about, what Yasmin Fuller compiled within the trailer or within the documentary, you can't help. I don't care how insane you are, you have to see the dots being connected. There is a conspiracy against the family. It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. And I still can't figure out where it originated from, because we're learning about things that have happened in between, right? And happened after. What made them so angry, besides maybe being a high figure in the BLA or in the Black Panther Party? I know what pissed them off about Feeney. I mean, she won against the government single-handedly, no attorney, and they've had to free 21 of the Black Panther members because they the one infiltrated the whole organization and came up with all the nefarious acts that they tried to convict them on. So, but what happened from the beginning? I think it's because their influence on Black people.
Definitely.
Exactly. You got to remember, Auntie Leah, these are the days where racism and the tension of it was real. I mean, it was real in the streets. You're talking
Right.
about mass incarceration on all on this level, and then when you look at it, what these people was fighting against,
Mm-hmm.
the FBI, just because they was uplifting the black community, bringing about black awareness. The FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, with the COINTEL
Mm-hmm.
program, he labeled
Mm-hmm.
them, he targeted them, he made them. He actually said these people are a threat to national security. These people are a threat to the government.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yep.
this is this where it really, really started. If the directive, the FBI Homeland Security could issue this warning or issue this
Mm-hmm.
statement or this edict, that's it. That's where it started.
Yep.
I agree. I agree. Anybody else have
Mm.
anything to add? Not right now. All right, let's continue
I
with the
have
video
nothing.
then.
Yeah, Lee. I was gonna say something, but I can hold it.
No, you can't. That's good. You can't hold
No,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I'll
no, no, no,
wait.
no,
I'll
no, no,
wait.
no, 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 no. We don't do that. It's just I'm so used to people not having nothing to say. But since you got, I want you to say something. I
Oh,
love
come
it.
on.
Yeah, I'm throwing
Hang on a
shade.
hang on a second. Hang on a second. Do
The
you see what
panel
it
is
says?
normally quiet.
Hang on.
Always me.
Hang on, lady. Do you see what it says under Auntie Lee's name? It says mute
Mute my
my
mic.
mic because she just you can't get in. You can't get a word in sometimes. You got to
Okay.
push in.
All right.
I'll keep that. I'll just if I feel like talking, I'm gonna mute a mic.
Just
Yeah,
mute my mic.
yeah,
But go ahead. I'm
yeah.
for real though.
No, I ain't really got nothing to say. I'm just messing with you.
Come on, man. All right, quit playing with me. I was getting excited.
I mean,
I'm
I ain't got nothing.
fortunate that I wasn't murdered in
I'm
the
just
street,
looking.
as happened.
You just what?
So I'm just looking right now. I don't have no comments or nothing right now.
Okay. All right. But I'm always asked after every time I stop and we have a conversation. Please just step right on in.
We
All right,
will.
everybody ready?
Yep.
Perfect.
Happened to my close friend and comrade Untayari Sundiata, who was with me when I was captured. It was her involvement in the Black Liberation Movement that led to Asada being criminalized and imprisoned. That is how and why she became a political prisoner of war.
Now, Yasmin was also a close friend and comrade of Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mom. The two families weren't just close, they were intertwined in the struggle. So much so that Tupac and Gaddafi grew up as godbrothers, a bond forged not in a church, but in a shared revolutionary spirit. Tupac became the mentor, the teacher, the older brother with a vision. Yafu was the loyal comrade, always there, being groomed for a role in Tupac's world as his career started taking off with Digital Underground. This brotherhood would become the very foundation for one of hip hop's most notorious crews. Before he got the name Kadafi, Yafu Fula was a teenage rapper going by Young Hollywood. Alongside his childhood friends, he started a group called Dramacidal. They were talented, hungry, and thanks to his connection with Tupac, they landed features on Pac's massive 1995 album, Me Against the World. When Tupac was incarcerated later that year, Gaddafi was a constant presence, visiting him almost daily. It was during these prison visits that the idea for a new group started to form, the Outlaw Immortals, later just the Outlaws. Pac had this vision of a hip-hop army, a supergroup. He gave every member an alias named after a perceived enemy of the United States. Yafu Fula, the bold son of revolutionaries, was named Yaki Kadafi after the Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. Once Tupac was out and signed with Death Row Records, the plan went into overdrive.
So this is who Yaki Kadafi was named after. I know you probably can't see that.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Not so
old.
good of a guy. Yeah.
No. Yep.
So what you're about to hear is an unreleased song featuring Yaki Kadafi and Tupac. So it hasn't.
You said it's unreleased?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you get
it? On his mom's, on Yaki Kadafi's mom Instagram. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I got it. Yeah. Sure did.
Ain't got time for snitches. Gotta keep my mind on my money and my riches. Even when I die, they don't worry me. Mama, don't cry, bury me.
Let it fall. Now I went from a criminal and crooked schemes. Now look, it seems they won't
It's not the
bury
whole
me in
song,
the
guys. We
heavy,
didn't
and in
release
my
the whole
dreams
song.
getting drastic. I picture plastic blocks, imaginary spots with caskets dropped. I laugh at cops that harass my block. They couldn't last a shot. Trying to get cash, I could stash in Nazi. One day I'll be done and ready for a son with memories on my fingertips, keeping my lips numb. Retired early out this game with the fortune and fame to carry on my street name. Bury me a G. Said I ain't got time for snitches. Gotta keep my mind on my money and my riches. Even when I die, they don't worry me. Mama don't cry, bury me a G. I said I ain't got time for snitches. Gotta keep my mind on my money and my riches. Even when I die, they don't worry me. Mama don't cry, bury me a G.
Ain't got time for snitches. Gotta keep my mind on my money and my riches. Even when I die, they don't worry me. Mama, don't cry, bury me.
Let it pour. Now I went from a criminal and crooked schemes. Now look, it seems they wanna bury me in the hairy, and in my dreams it's getting drastic. I picture plastic blocks, imaginary spots with caskets dropped. I laugh at cops that harass my block. They couldn't last a shot. Trying to get cash, I could stash in Nazi. One day I'll be done and ready for a son with memories on my fingertips, keeping my lips numb. Retired early out this game with the fortune and fame to carry on my street name. Bury me a G.
Napoleon and another rapper from Jersey, Hussein Fatal, became the core of this new movement. According to Idi Amin of the Outlaws, Gaddafi was the one who brought both Napoleon and Hussein Fatal into the group, essentially building half the crew himself. Gaddafi's voice became a signature sound on some of Tupac's most iconic and aggressive tracks. He was all over the All Eyes on Me album on songs like All About You and When We Ride. And most famously, he stood shoulder to shoulder with Tupac on Hit 'Em Up, probably the most vicious diss track in music history, a declaration of war on Bad Boy Entertainment. He wasn't just a backup dancer. He was a co-founder and a key soldier in Tupac's army.
Okay. So guys, this is one of Auntie's Leah's songographies. Listen to the words. This is Auntie Leah production. Let me know how you like it. I hope the beat and stuff is dope.
Don't put your name down.
You think you know the story? These words just war. 5 slugs in the lobby settled the score.
But that ain't the whole truth. It's deeper than a fight. Started by a lot. Born in the panic of the night. It wasn't
just a shot in the New York air. It was a whisper of doubt, a look of despair.
a friendship torn down, a story rearranged, a single little lie and the whole game changed. For the war, it's a brotherhood so deep. While Pac was on the throne, Biggie was the one to leak, playing party and bullshit. Pac knew he was the man, cooking steaks in LA, part of the original plan. He told him sign with Puffy, he'll make you a star. Who knew a single evening was to tear it all apart?
It wasn't just a shot in the New York air. It was a whisper of doubt, a look of despair, a friendship torn down, a story rearranged, a single little lie in the whole game.
Quiet studio for cash, $7 grand on the table, then it all went to ash. In the lobby, 5 shots, left bleeding on the floor. Drag himself to the elevator, right up to the studio door. He looked at Biggie's face and only read betrayal script, but they was only frozen in total shock. They were gripped from ghosts in the lobby, a phantom name, henchman in the fray. But Pac only saw Biggie in the trust that slipped away.
It wasn't just a shot in the New York air. It was a whisper of doubt, a look of despair, a friendship torn down, a story rearranged, a single little lie in the whole game.
In the chaos, I see the devil's laid. Look at them, they ain't moving. A setup has been played. That lock grew in the prison cell. A truth inside his head. Then Biggie dropped, who shot you, all respect was dead. The pocket was a mockery, the final fatal proof. Released by Suge Knight, he let loose in the booth. Hit him up, was the war cry, a brutal, vicious sound. The lie was now a fire burning legends to the ground. The world recalls the violence, the diss tracks and the fame, but they forget the brotherhood before they place the blame. A bond destroyed by paranoia, a truth that wasn't true, a lie that buried legends and poisoned me and you.
It wasn't just a shot in the New York day. It was a whisper of doubt, a look of despair, a friendship torn down, a story rearranged, a single little lie in the whole game.
Still not getting out the window. This is my life is based on sinning. Hell bound, rock the big hell down. My game plan to betray that military mind of a thug lord sitting in the cemetery crying. I've been lost since my adolescent, calling to Jesus, balling as a youngster, wondering if you see this. Young black males, crack sales got me 3 strikes. Living in jail, this is hell in the me's now. Wonder when we all pass. Is anybody listening? Got my hands on my semi-shotty. Everybody's listening, please, God, can you understand me? Bless my family, guide us all before we fall into insanity. I'm making a point to make my beats up and roll like.
Love, gotta love Tupac.
He was
The
putting in
date is
that work.
September 7th, 1996. Las Vegas, Nevada.
What you say, Temper?
And I say he was really putting in that work in the studio.
Always,
there.
man. Always. Never be another liking. I promise you. But while I'm saying this, I wanted to tell you this before Sekou stopped talking, but he was released from prison November 25th, 2014, after serving 33 years. And then on January
he got
12th,
released November 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Yeah, 2014. That must be a good day then, Black.
No, it ain't.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. But unfortunately, he did pass away on January the 12th, 2024, at the age of 79. However, he did get almost 10 years of life on the outside, where Mutulu died within months of his release.
Wow.
So he was able to be, go ahead. Yeah.
33 years, that's a long time to only have 10 years after that.
Well, he got long, I know, but Mutulu, he only lived for a few months. So
that's incredibly tragic. Yeah, yeah.
I think that if you're in prison for as long as these gentlemen were, that any amount of time outside in the free world, you'll be thankful for.
Yeah, of course.
In my opinion. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you, Alina. I try hard. This one took a little longer because I'm trying to get better with my video editing. I need to get a class from my YouTube, my social media manager who's a slacker as well. No, I'm just
I ain't no slacker. I told you to buy a brand new computer. You doing everything off an old laptop.
I did buy one that's coming tomorrow, man.
All right then, so don't quit blaming me for
it. Shit. The hell?
Quit being cheap and buy a real PC.
I did. I did. I still need
working off an old laptop. Oh, what content creator does that?
All of us on the panel except you.
So everybody on here got working off laptops. Wow.
Or a phone. Right.
A phone.
Hey, some of us can't, some people can't get nothing better right now. So what they make
you bought that computer I told you about, didn't you?
I said some people. I wasn't talking about me. I bought my computer. Yeah, but I bought it.
All right, yeah. Let's rock and roll then.
And then after that, I need editing class. But between you and Nick, Tech Nick on the panel, I should be producing movies. Bye.
Man, you already doing AI. What you saying? You don't want to. You trying to gatekeep the AI shit?
No, he quit playing with me because I said I couldn't remember. You messing with old middle-aged woman. I didn't remember the name. Thank God for Nick. I was gonna get it to you after I go find it. It was in my favorites. I didn't want to mess up the show. Okay. How goes it, Laura?
Auntie Leah, stop glitching, will you?
Am I glitching? Am I stuttering and glitching? But anyway, all right. So, anybody else got anything to say before I push that button?
Nope. Push away.
All right. Let's get back to it.
Tupac, Suge Knight, and the whole Death Row crew are in town for the Mike Tyson fight. After a brawl breaks out at the MGM Grand involving a known gang member, the mood is heavy. As Tupac's caravan of cars leaves the hotel, Yaki Kadafi is riding in the vehicle directly behind the black BMW carrying Pac and Suge. At a red light on Flamingo Road, a white Cadillac pulls up, and then gunfire erupts. Multiple shots rip through the BMW, hitting Tupac 4 times. Kadafi and the others in his car saw it all happen. In the chaos that followed, Las Vegas police had a hard time getting anyone from Tupac's crew to talk. But there was one person who did, Yaki Kadafi. He told investigators he saw the shooter's face and was confident he could identify him from photos.
We can't hear nothing.
You're not supposed to. There's no sound on this one.
Believe in me in this plastic, cause so far I done witnessed too many dead niggas in caskets.
Yafufula was a name that a lot of people have thrown back in our faces.
There was one witness, Yafufula, said that he could identify the shooter.
Big thing is everybody says that he said he could identify the shooter. No, he did not.
Yafufula, who was in the front seat with me, staring out of the window. So he saw the Cadillac before it even approached the car.
He never said that to us. He said he might be able to identify the driver. That is what he said.
Lies.
He told the police right off.
Say it again, Annie.
And it's stunning to think
Lies.
that he said
They're
that
lying.
and say, yeah, who is it? But they didn't.
Caskets with their chest plate stretched like elastic. And what's worse, I'm on front line, holding down camp, still mashing.
While there were other witnesses present, Kadafi was the only one who voluntarily came forward to police with this crucial information. He wasn't just a witness, he was the witness.
You know, at some point in the future, they did, if it's set a time.
We tried to re-interview him. The problem was, this is a big country. People go wherever, you know, we don't have tracking devices on them.
After speaking with officers on the scene, the police's main witness, Yafufula, had said he would give a full statement to detectives.
So we have to depend on people that we know we can get in touch with to try and reach out to them.
But promises to meet with the police are never kept. And 2 months later, Fula is shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, Fula's murder is the most troubling.
He never said live on TV that he could identify Tupac's shooter. Here it is right here. VH1 did a mini series called Famous Celebrity Crimes, and one of them they had was Tupac Shakur. And in this, this one series about Tupac, even the reporters knew that Kadafi went on air and said to the Las Vegas PD that he could identify Tupac's murderer.
Sure did.
This is a fact. And the whole idea of the Las Vegas PD.
But when we got to the home, this is when I knew that this was serious.
Internally, he has multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
Okay, so that is the lie that they wanted everybody to believe, that Yaki Kadafi said that he could identify the driver and not the shooter. That is a lie. But that is what.
How you know that's a lie?
Because that's what his mom said, Yasmin Fula, which we'll get to her response here later on in the video. So obviously she knows because she was close to her son, right? Right. In my opinion, it is a lie. Anybody else?
I mean, if you really look at it, like I only go on by the dots that I've seen. I won't really go too ahead of the presentation, but Yasmin Fu, like I said, she wasn't no pushover. The woman lived, she seen some things. And if you really look at from the Panther Party to Asada Shakur to Siku Odinga to even the Yasmin Fuller who was incarcerated just because she wouldn't testify against her family members. I mean, it was always something against his family. Always.
Always. And that's what I can't figure out. That's what's hidden. What started this whole thing against the Shakur family? Swear to God. It's crazy. And everybody that was affiliated with him. I mean, they've been after these people for years. And they finally got two of their seeds. And that was crazy, man. And that's allegedly, but that's my opinion. That is my opinion. It is. No.
I mean, and you kind of said it earlier when you said it was like the cousin of Napoleon.
Cousin of Al that shot him.
Yeah, and the thing about it, he was really only affiliated with the group just because Napoleon was because he was Napoleon's cousin. So even the fact that Yaki Kadafi was visiting Park,
right,
and he actually became a founding member. The fact that he brought on Napoleon to the outlaw and left out the little homie. I mean, all of these things Yasmin Fuller considered. I even considered when I look at the story, and I'm like, I could see the jealousy, I could see the rage. And, when you have that type of jealousy, you could be easily corrupted.
Yeah. And once we get to her response to the Vlad TV interview that the Outlaws did, you would hear her say that Pac was planning on kicking Napoleon out of the Outlaws. So, I mean, come on, man. I mean, this industry is nefarious. It's been nefarious for a long time. We're just now learning about it. And like you said, though, Napoleon's little cousin, somebody, in my opinion, allegedly, guys, got paid. And he was a minor. And that was a part of the setup, in my opinion, because he didn't get much time. He was in there for 5 years because he was a minor. So, in my opinion, that was easy to do, 5 years and you're getting a whole lot of money, but somebody needs to follow. Hi, Jay, the trail. And I believe that, his mom is on to something. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I mean, I just the only last thing I'd say is, I mean, to think about it, if Napoleon had some type of love for Pac or love for the family, or I mean, to be one of the outlaws and to withhold evidence, like really something the whole world would like to know, like really, what else would you expect the world to think? What else you expect someone like me to think if you had the power to solve it and you refrain to? Come on now.
Yep. And here's the thing, Napoleon, let Napoleon tell you he was there for the family. He called the family, was an understanding, but that's not what Yasmin said. That's not what his mom said. So we'll get to that part. It's coming up soon, and just listen to her. She got the tea, but she's his mother, and she was Tupac's godmother.
Sitting up and he is not talking.
At that point, I wanted to make sure that Kadafi was all right, because it was just me and her there. She's fucked up. Me, I'm fucked up, but my mom came, and I was relieved. I didn't think there would be so many people, so that was disconcerting for me. He was
Hey guys, this is outside the hospital
he
when
lost
Pop passed away.
His ring finger was shot off. The first thing.
We're at a constant prayer vigil. We
Hey, Jay.
His life.
Yep, Jesse Jackson. His mama was in the hallway. His mama let me in there.
He remains.
Jesse Jackson is a Boule member, guys. I'm going to do something on the Boule.
We are here at the University Medical Center in Las Vegas, where Tupac Shakur has remained in critical condition for over a week. Doctors felt this is a crucial week in determining whether he would survive.
He remains in critical condition. I've been told this evening that he is scheduled for some additional surgery, which is not unusual when you have injuries that are this severe.
The doctor put him on dialysis just in case his kidney failed. Shadows on the hills.
Man, this was a sad day in America.
What
a God.
Catch the breeze and the winter chills.
Shut up, Black.
I think you a Tupac stan.
It's happening. I am.
Now I understand.
That means you don't think logically.
Tried to say
No, I do. I wasn't thinking logically.
A stan is a fan of an artist that don't think logical with their favorite artist actions.
Mm-mm.
They're obsessed.
No, I'm not obsessed with Tupac.
A fanatic.
I respect Tupac. I love Tupac. I love this music. He's the only rapper that really resonated when it comes to music. I was not at first thinking logically for the last 29 years. I'm just now thinking logically. Just now.
Well, just like with every addict, accountability is the first step.
So
and you acknowledge it. You acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You acknowledge it. That's the first step.
Well, I never take it that. So.
See, logically, or what they want you to believe is that Tupac got taken out because of this fight. But if you look deeper, if you think deeper, what gang member in their right mind gonna be in the middle of a casino, leaned up against the wall, with all the boys is in the cafeteria?
Leah.
They don't stand alone. Not back then.
This nigga advertised thugging. You don't think?
You know what thug life meant?
Maybe somebody, opposing enemies.
Do you know what thug life meant?
Can I speak without getting cut off?
No.
This is a panel, right?
Go ahead, Black. Shit.
Yeah, so you don't think that maybe once in a while Tupac enemies try to take him out? You don't think that could happen?
I don't, because he didn't have enemies like
what?
That. Yep. I don't. I think
what?
it was all
so you mean to tell me in Tupac history, as many enemies he had, none of them, no Negroes try to take him out?
Tell me his enemies. Who were they?
First of all, that nigga in that bow tie that shot him and through that car. Let's talk about that first of all.
Bow tie?
Talk about that.
He had a bow tie on?
Then he supposedly tried to get out of the Death Row deal, and there was kind of a little back and forth with Suge Knight with that, and he wanted to give him his own portion of Death Row, his own sector, where he really was trying to get out of that. And I think it's a conspiracy that Suge tried to take him out too. So that's a whole nother conversation.
No, I think Diddy did it.
Well, Black.
I'm gonna tell you why. Oh, go ahead, Temper.
No, I'm going to say when it comes to Suge Knight Block, what you said just now, I kind of agree with that too. On one instance, on this instance, because I mean, when I look at it, for his running with henchmen, it was all about him trying to get Pac out of his deal within the scope or whatever, and he wasn't for that. So I saw that as a means to try control his music. And if had he done that, I mean, he would have been just like how Biggie was under Puffy.
He wasn't playing the game.
Like had no control over his music. Like how Suge Knight could have made that bold remark on I think it was the Source Awards or something, where if you don't want your producer dancing all up in your videos or whatever. But I see Suge in this last part of Pac life. I see Suge as a plan as well, because I mean, he actually allowed Pac to, unleash his wild side, unleash the demon, unleash the rage. So, I mean, for Pac to catch himself in the end to see, like, okay, I can see what's going on too. Well, I see Suge as a means of doing that too, because Suge, without Pac, I mean, Suge wouldn't make the money he would have been making.
But here's the thing, and Suge brought this up, Temper, and I agree with Suge. Here's the difference. When Big died, Diddy gained money, right? shot up. Sales shot up. When Pac died, Suge lost money. Let that sink in.
How he lose money?
He lost money because he didn't fulfill all of his contract. He got killed before his contract. And this is why I believe that Diddy did it. Allegedly.
But how you did not tie that together. You did not tie that in. We was talking about Suge losing money. How did Diddy correlate killing Pac by Suge not making money?
I was trying to tell you why I don't think Suge did it. Because he wouldn't take out his artists if he's going to lose money. Now, see, what I'm thinking is deeper. I was thinking like you, but I'm thinking deeper. Now, follow me. Let me finish.
Unlogical.
It's not unlogical. It's actually the most logical thing that you can ever think of. And
I like to hear this logic.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So, the one that want to get all in the video, the producer that want to dance all on the stage with Suge Knight, he wasn't that type, right? But Diddy, he wanted to be bop, bop, bop. But just like I see now, just like I've seen in the past, and just like I'm not the only one who have seen this, that he desired to be number one, the richest, the biggest, the dopest. And that's something that Diddy would have never been if Tupac and Biggie was alive. Even Gene Deal said that. Gene Deal was Diddy's bodyguard.
Gene Deal.
Even Gene Deal said that. He's the bodyguard. He saw what happened. He knows what happened. Even Kirk Burroughs, the ex-president of Bad Boys, said that Diddy set up the Quad Studio Pound of Tupac. And
that don't mean he shot him though.
It doesn't mean
you still not made no connection to why Suge not making no money. You just saying all you're saying is that Diddy wants the limelight, blah 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 blah. How is the finances connected to Diddy killing Tupac when Suge losing money?
First of all, Diddy got rid of the competition. He wanted to rise to the top, and that's by any means necessary. So,
do you have any evidence of this?
Do you have any evidence that it didn't happen?
No. I asked you. Do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence of Diddy taking out Tupac?
Everything I said allegedly. Okay?
That's stand talk. Allegedly. That means you have no proof. That's a theory.
Of course, if I had proof, they'll have proof, and he'll be locked up for it.
That's no correlation of you knowing.
All right, you're 100%. Disrupting. You're kind of disrupting the document. I mean, what we're at. We
having dialogue. I can't have dialogue with you.
It's not that you're not. No, it's not that, right?
We just having dialogue.
It is a panel, but we have a panel
about to watch movies for 15 minutes without speaking.
You don't have
I'm trying to have dialogue with you. I'm giving you pushback.
You're asking me.
I'm giving you pushback on the statement.
I can't even finish my statements, though. I can't even finish them. Like, mute his mic.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
I can't even finish them. Anyway, so you have plenty of people who have said this, and they have been close with the Diddler. Diddler ain't never sued him. Has he sued Gene Deal for defamation? No. Why? That would be my question. Did he sue Kurt Burroughs? No. Why? Kurt Burroughs suing him. So he ain't suing. He ain't talking about defamation. He ain't doing nothing like that. Okay. It is too many people out here that's saying the various things about this man, and that's why he's in, federal prison right now. They didn't tell us everything. But anyway, I forgot where I was at because I got interrupted. But yes, I do believe what Suge Knight said when he said
a good 5 minute back and forth.
Right, but I forgot what I was saying. I do forgot. I mean, I'm an older lady. I'm middle age, to be honestly, and I don't remember it. So I forgot where I was.
Come on now.
Anyway,
Don't be pulling the middle-aged older lady business when I'm on your panel, okay?
I put what I want to on my panel, okay?
I outrank you. I outrank you with the age. Hello.
But anyway, I don't know where I left off, but I think I was talking about Diddy big dancing
You were
all in
crying
the
about this is the saddest day in American history that Tupac got shot. That's what you were saying.
It is a Saturday. And you, how old are you?
Nah,
Just tell
not
me
in
how old are you.
American history, maybe in Negro history.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
You are not 39 years old.
I am 39.
Okay, but you
November
still
25th,
wouldn't understand.
1985.
Because when he died, you was an adolescent. Just shut the hell up. You don't even count right at this point.
What? How you gonna question my hip hop history when that's all I talk about on my channel?
Because if you're gonna go through you're gonna challenge the great Pop. Something wrong with you up here.
I mean, you ain't challenged. You ain't said nothing. I challenged you on the finances. You still ain't said nothing. You
yes,
the
I tried
Tupac
to.
enthusiast.
I tried to tell you that it did not make sense for first of all Suge to take him out. One, Suge's in the goddamn car while he getting shot at too. Okay, why would anybody risk their life? Anybody risk their life in order a hit? I'll just drive right next to him. Yup, bullets don't have eyes, but if it hit me, oh well. Come on
you
now.
think that would be a
You
great
think
alibi?
logically. You think logically. Would you get in the car with somebody, order a hit, and say, I'll be on the driver's side, but just drive up? And drive-bys are the most unpredictable shooting ever. It's not like it was a professional hit. Now you think logically.
First of all,
you don't know. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, you asked me a question. Can I answer?
But my question was a part of my statement.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you gonna be in the car next to the nigga that you got done paid for a hit and get shot up too? Like, I'm gonna trust y'all niggas. Don't shoot me. I trust y'all. Bullets ain't got no ass. Why would you do that?
Okay, can I answer?
Please do it.
Can I answer? All right. So first of all, I'm not even gonna be fighting in no damn after party in Las Vegas against no niggas trying to ride and die on them. On some thugs. First of all, I'm not gonna do that. I'm an upstanding citizen. I will call the police on my child. God. I don't give a damn. Second of all, if I was wanting to set up, that would be a perfect alibi. Why not be in the car? If you was thinking,
oh my God,
if you was thinking, hold on, like if you think basically, if I want this man to get shot and I want the blame, why wouldn't I be in the car?
Dude,
people's not gonna look at me and thinking I killed my homeboy. No, I'm gonna hire somebody. Get on, hey,
at this point,
yada. They gonna come aside, broop, and he's gone.
Ain't nobody.
Perfect alibi.
I'm not gonna say the N word. I said it once. There's no black person, white person, Australian person, nobody in those planet is going to be driving the car and tell them to do a damn drive-by. A drive-by is no steadiness. You just riding by blasting. Blind. Are you kidding me? Come. And you talking about, I'm not thinking logically? No, I'm thinking logically. There's no way somebody's going to be in the driver's seat.
And you going to say Diddy took him out.
I do, but you didn't never let me finish why, but we'll get there, and plus I already talked about Pac on my previous one. You can go back and listen. That all the information are in those right there. But yes, I do believe that. In my opinion, though, everybody's right, has a right to their opinion, and he's the only logical one because he's the only one that wanted all the power. So, and Gene Deal even said he was going to get it at any cost. He said, I don't care if Pop got to be taken out. I don't care if Biggie got to be taken out. That's what his bodyguard said. That's what his bodyguard has been saying for decades. His ex-bodyguard. Come on. All these people are not lying. Come on. But anyway, that was a good, good conversation. But I don't have any proof. I did.
I know you don't because you were staying.
And neither do you have any proof. So we both are proof.
Oh, I have enough proof to what I'm talking about.
Let's do it. What's the proof?
I told you already. I'm asking you a financial question and you never answered it.
I did. I just told you that.
No, you didn't.
He did not fulfill his contract.
You just said Diddy want the spotlight. That's
no,
why
Thug
lost money.
Pac was supposed to open Death Row East for Suge Knight, and that really, really upset Diddy. That really right there was
How
maybe
did he gonna be upset of that? And he was
because he was king of
the
the East.
number one label at the time.
Are you trying to
How
say
would that upset somebody that's
are you
already
trying
on
to,
top?
okay, how old are you? When was you born?
Oh my God, bro.
19 when?
What does my age have to do with the
Because
conversation?
you was 11 years old. I ain't got nothing else to say to an adolescent kid at that
So
time.
I can't be knowledgeable. I can't be knowledgeable on that.
Your knowledge is tainted because you
How
was
you
not
gonna
old enough to understand.
no, you can't do that.
You wasn't old enough. Okay,
Now
so,
what you're doing is shame, insult, guilt, and you need to be right. Sign language.
So now
Kevin Samuels is saying.
I'm age discrimination now. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you don't.
logically.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking logically. You was 10 or 11.
And
then you don't understand what was going on.
So I can't learn about the history of that.
The history is tainted. What's written?
Well, you got to yell now.
I'm trying to get back to Gaddafi, y'all. That's all. I'm just saying. You were 11 years old. I can't even talk to you seriously about Tupac. Let's go.
You love a good rumble, Andrea.
I love Black. He always give me a hard time.
I know. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Sam J.
My nephew, my
Can you guys hear?
only son. With all of the controversy, Tupac was
I can hear it.
our family's shining star.
Auntie Leah, calm down.
It was difficult for us to leave
Calm
that
down?
place that day.
Yeah.
Why?
With Fanny pulling us and
Why?
saying, we're not crying here.
With
With
your,
all these people, and we're not making no announcements.
Why? Why do I have to calm down?
I think it's a new rule.
This world.
I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm not smoking marijuana. You can smoke a cigarette.
You don't need to be smoking no cigarettes.
I think it's a new rule.
I know I don't.
You gonna get canceled.
It's a new rule that you can't smoke drugs.
Just calm down when you're doing it. Come
You
on.
gonna get cancer at your age trying to smoke. You need to throw them away.
I got to rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You speaking stuff over
Oh,
my life
in
right
the
now.
name of Jesus.
I got to. You can't put that negative stuff out in the atmosphere about people. All right, but no,
Here we go.
if that's a
It probably ain't
smoking
even
is
Newport.
not-
It probably some off brand.
Yeah, smoking has nothing to do with regular cigarettes. Okay, it's the other stuff that people smoke.
Okay, Auntie Leah, all I'm saying is just calm down when you're doing it. That's all. I'm just trying to be careful for you.
That's not cute.
I'm tired of everybody on this panel. I'm about to mute all y'all damn mics.
We were uprooted completely. And
Oh,
baby's
Sam,
now
we just
out
having
of the
fun.
public eye. She's now the mother grieving.
We know.
Look at Tupac. Looking like
He's
nigga. I bet
On
you-
September
I wish you would.
13th, Tupac died from his injuries. The hip-hop world mourned, but for Gaddafi, the loss was deeply personal. He'd lost his brother and his leader, and now he was a marked man carrying the dangerous knowledge of who was in that Cadillac. He fled the chaos of LA and headed back to the relative quiet of New Jersey, but the danger came with him. Not even 2 months later, on November 10th, 1996, the story ends for Yaki
Look like
Kadafi.
Charlamagne the God.
He was at a girlfriend's apartment in a housing project in Orange, New Jersey. Around 3:48 in the morning, police got a call about a gunshot. They found Kadafi in a third-floor
I will
hallway,
tell you-
dead from a single.
Because if you really knew about what was happening back then, you would know that thug life means the hate you give little infants F's everybody. It did not literally mean I'm a thug, I'm a thug. He explained that plenty of times.
Duh.
Okay. I'm just wanting to let you know.
Everybody know that.
Hey, Auntie Leah. Auntie Leah, can you tell Sam about your great speaking voice?
That is my own cloned voice. That's my AI voice. I cloned my voice.
Charlamagne the God.
Shalom. All right, guys. I know that's right, Cat. You better tell him again. He about to get beat up on YouTube.
As long as you know you're a Tupac stan, that's fine.
Whatever
That's
you call
fine.
it.
A stan is
Whatever you call it.
delusional.
Whatever you, I ain't okay. Whatever you, I'll be the Lulu. I'm the Lulu. The Lulu. That I'll be.
Well, you
Single
start the
shot
video
to the head.
before you.
He was
before
only
you start the
19 years old. The story that surfaced almost immediately was that it was a horrible accident. The shooter was identified as Roddy Beale, the 16-year-old cousin of fellow Outlaws member Napoleon. Napoleon, who was out of town, later shared the story he was told. Kadafi and Beale had been drinking and were playing around with a gun when it accidentally went off. Beale turned himself in, eventually pleaded guilty to manslaughter, and served a short sentence. That was the official narrative. A senseless, drunken mistake that took another young life circling the violent world of death row. It was a neat, tidy conclusion, but for the person who knew Kadafi best, it was a flat-out lie. Yasmin Fula, Kadafi's mother, never bought the official story for a second. To her, the accidental shooting was a convenient cover for murder. In interviews and public statements, she's fiercely challenged the story told by Napoleon, others, pointing to what she calls major inconsistencies and a deliberate cover-up. One of her most chilling claims is that Roddy Beale knew Kadafi was wearing a bulletproof vest that night, which she believes suggests the shot to the head was intentional. She also alleged that another person was there holding her son in a chokehold while Beale fired, and that witnesses
my cousin,
threatened into
I
staying
introduced
silent.
Kadafi
She
to
blames
my cousin.
Napoleon not for the
I
killing
introduced them
itself,
together,
but
and they became
participating
friends.
in a
They
cover-up
started
to
building
protect
their
his
own
cousin
relationship, even
and hide
without
the
me.
truth.
You know, at that point.
Yes.
You got two audios playing at the same time.
Yeah, what's going on?
My video. In the video. It's a part of the video. It'll stop. Okay?
So you got
I
two
told
people
y'all.
talking over each other in the video?
I told y'all. I said I need editing classes, and I said it. Okay?
Okay, well, yeah, I have. Look, I'm gonna say this one thing because I have a live to do in about 10 more minutes. So I'm just gonna say this: Biggie Smalls was a better lyricist than Tupac.
Oh, you got to go now, nigga. Back.
He was. You want to challenge the play? You want to challenge the play? You want to challenge the play?
I'm talking about substance, lyrics with substance. Yes, let's go.
I'm talking about the.
But what is a lyricist?
The technicalities of putting words together. A lyricist, actual lyricist. I'm not talking about rapping poetry or nothing like that. I'm not saying B.I.G. was a better. I'm not saying B.I.G. was a better artist than Tupac, but he was better at rapping than Tupac. And I just thought I'd say that on this channel.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Tupac wasn't a technical rapper. Tupac was a storyteller, a poet.
I disagree.
B.I.G. was a rapper from the Bronx, Brooklyn.
I don't. But you won't even let me get my stuff out.
Okay, go ahead.
I disagree with you on that. Now, is his type different? Does his style different? Yes. But is it better? No. Because he was talking about bullshit. Okay? He's somebody, he was party and bullshit. Who shot you? Blah, blah, blah. All bullshit. But at least Tupac made some music, a lot of his music had substance to it, had meaning to it. Period.
This nigga made I Get Around. That's a horror song.
He had to.
How you gonna sit there and talk about party and bullshit? That was in B.I.G.'s. You must forgot about Life After Death when he had an epiphany and wanted to be a family man and take care of his people and stuff.
When you are part of the industry, you have to do what they say. However, he brought his true song out, his true self out when he could. But you
ain't heard nothing I said. I said
I've been in this world longer than you, and I've not.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Okay. So since you've been in this world longer than me, do you know how to operate computers better than? Okay, you don't. Okay.
Generation. But I was there. I was there when they both came out, and I now
answer my question. Since you've been in this world longer than me, how come you don't know how to operate machinery? better
Because
than me.
goddamn it, when I was born, they was making shit like that. When I was born back in the 70s,
Leah, you finna
can't even
have
write
your
in
first
cursive.
ever
Can
desktop
you write
computer
in
tomorrow
cursive?
in life.
No, it's not. That's not my first desktop computer. No, it's not. I've had plenty of computers. No,
Okay,
that's not
but
true.
y'all,
That's not
I
true.
enjoyed y'all panel. I gotta go. I will
Your
join
ass
you next time.
And anytime you see Pop or anybody in the damn headline, skip this goddamn channel.
Hey,
Because me and you
BIG better than Tupac. Bye.
I can't stand his butt. All right, everybody, it was a pleasure. He did his job. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to rally up the panel. That's what they do on their morning show, which is called DPMO, which is called Don't Piss Me Off. And that's all they do is debate on that channel. So he's in his character. He's doing his job. But boy, everybody go unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe over there. Don't play with Pop. You play with everybody else. But don't play with Pop. Please and thank you. Because I'll cancel my membership. I'll cancel it. You better ask somebody. Go ask Queen Mama Diazakor. I'll cancel it. No, I'm just playing. I really enjoyed him on the panel. He made it very, very entertaining, though. But let's get.
That was some good MMA just now.
Yeah. Very entertaining. So thank you, everybody. Say thanks to Black TV for coming up on my panel and giving us some of that good pushback, but you'll never ever make me to believe nothing serious with Tupac Shakur. Period. Point blank. Done. Forget about it. Don't even try. All right, guys, let's get back into it.
Particular time, it was known in New Jersey where a lot of youngsters was getting high off of pills. I'm not sure what type of pills they was taking, but everyone was dumping pills. You understand? My little cousin Roddy, he also never would leave. He always had a gun on him. You know what I mean? And imagine an individual who's not in his right mind. He probably was 13, 14, 15 years old, always high, playing with a gun. You know, he said that he was playing with the gun, pointed it in the face of Gaddafi, and the gun accidentally went off. I think
what we're watching is, and I had to cover it up because it's Black TV, right? Fair use, fair use. However, I'm trying to protect my channel. So that's why you see Gaddafi's mom. It says Yasmin Fula more than you see Napoleon, Idi Amin, and Young Noble in the back. But just kind of listen, and then she's going to come back and she's going to respond to this interview.
Gaddafi died in November, if I'm not mistaken. October, I left. 10th, yeah. October, I went to Atlanta. And I told Gaddafi before I left, we need to get out of there. I think I got arrested and I seen myself getting into some trouble. So I told Gaddafi, man, we need to get a lot of this stuff that Gaddafi did that I ain't really saying. I'm not going to say now. No, we ain't got to. You know what I mean? That he was like, man, I saw him putting in some work. And I was like, Gaddafi, we need to leave. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, no problem, go to Atlanta. I'm going to meet you down there. I got out of Jersey because Jersey, it was a very bad, tough situation. But before I left, I introduced Kadafi to my little cousin. Kadafi and my cousin, they used to like to pop pills. You know what I mean? This was a time where the youngsters in Jersey used to get high by popping pills. So they automatically clicked because they had something in common. Me, the only thing I used to do back then was drink. I wasn't into anything else. So they would hang all day, pop their pills, do what they had to do, and they was kicking it with each other. So it wasn't like my cousin took a gun to go to Gaddafi's house and to kill him. He always had a weapon on him. And not only that, my cousin told me they was playing, my friend Kaz had Gaddafi in a headlock. And my cousin pointed the gun at his face and it accidentally went off. That's enough. I don't see how an individual would shoot a gun while his friend is behind him holding him purposely. You understand?
Why would he point a gun?
So when I spoke to my little cousin, I went to Jersey. And I spoke to my little cousin what happened. He told me it was an accident. My grandfather met. I didn't even know this. Seth told me when I seen Seth a few years ago that even before I met with my cousin, my grandfather met in a hotel with Seth, with Gaddafi moms. I don't know if Faye was there, but with Gaddafi family was Seth and all of them was there. My grandfather was like, what do you want us to do with him? You understand? My grandfather said the same thing to Seth and them. They said, well, we want him, Gaddafi mother said, well, we want him to turn himself in. And my grandfather said, well, at least give him one day to spend time with his kids, but I promise he will be in jail. So not only was myself telling him, man, just turn yourself in, my family wasn't backing that. My family was supporting him to go turn yourself in. You know what I mean?
Mo, when we found out Kadafi had got shot, we was at a Fanny's house. We was on the floor asleep. I get the call from one of the homegirls that was a friend of Kadafi's girl at the time, you know what I mean, and telling us. So immediately, you know, we knew what happened. She said he did it. They came to the house. They was in the hallway, and it was just like, you know, it was just hard to believe the whole accident thing, because you know when it happened, you know, there was kids. They ran off, you know, and left. So when the girls heard the shot and opened the door, you know, he was there. You know what I mean?
Like my little cousin said, we was kids. He said when I.
Well, I'm just gonna say this, that if your friend has him in the headlock, what was the need to point a gun? This doesn't make sense to me. And why would you point a gun? And then how does it accidentally go off? I just don't. It's not like they were tussling over the gun. I mean, does that make sense to any of you?
So they were all together, right? That's what, from what I understand. So if they were all together, everything was cool, fine, and dandy. What happened up to that moment? See, these are things Napoleon really can't say. I don't even know why his story is even relevant, because you weren't there. So
He wasn't even there.
right. So what you saying even relevant? And the fact that the girlfriend, whoever, the lady was inside the house, said they did it. They came here and they did it. I mean, that to me, that says a lot. I mean, to be honest, I can't wait to hear what Yasmin Fula has to say about this.
Right. Yeah, she's coming on right after this. He's blowing smoke and mirrors.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's blowing smoke and mirrors. She's about to read them to the gods. Now, in my opinion, the people that believe the mainstream media and the stories that are put out there, that are put out there, those are the ones that are not thinking logically, in my opinion, because we're only believing what the media tells us, and we're not able. And I was that way for years, until, you know, somebody that we know, Jack, opened our eyes to this, and I'm seeing it now clearly. Like, it don't make sense.
When we shot him,
I'm sorry, I did not mean to start. Does anybody else have any commentary on this part?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. That's the first time I ever shot somebody.
Of course they're gonna run, no doubt.
So he panicked and ran. You know what I mean?
Immediately though, when we get on the phone, you know, I'm like, who did it? All this, you know, like Napoleon cousin. It was crazy. He get on the phone immediately, like probably the same day, he wound up getting in touch with his cousin, and immediately was telling them to turn himself in. It was just
I went to Jersey.
No, I remember you actually got on the phone with him too, though, at the house. Yeah, you probably don't remember, bro. You know, we was just talking about that. You know, he used to drink every day, man. A lot of stuff.
Be catching up, man. Stealing some memories.
Since we just been back connected, we talked about a lot of different things. Like, I can't remember the Hennessy, but
I remember that.
I remember he wound up talking to his cousin when we was at the house on the phone.
Yeah.
And, you know, you was telling him to turn himself in. But that scenario was like, it was the worst case scenario.
It's a nightmare.
Ever you could think about. You got to think. He loved Kadafi. Kadafi was my family as well. He was, you know, and it split us up.
Official response to the Outlaws v. Lads TV interview discussing Kadafi's murder of crows message to the crows, formerly known as the Outlaws. When crows descend upon a carcass or attack the weak or injured of their flock, it is called murder of crows. In a pitiful attempt to stay relevant, these three crows are doing just that upon the carcass of my deceased son, Yafu Kadafi Fula, and Tupac Amaru Shakur. So I have officially renamed the remaining outlaws to the crows. At no time did any of them reach out to me and say, we are discussing Kadafi in an interview. And want you to know that at no time has Muta reached out to me to offer anything regarding pain and suffering of my family. Any admission of responsibility of his cousin, given the fact that Yafu is responsible for him having any ounce of credibility. Instead, this continued exploitation and capitalization of his murder This despite the fact that I and my son lifted him up from his circumstances. I responded to his 100 phone calls begging to be a part of Tupac's group and made sure Tupac met him. I did this, not Yafu, me. Despite the fact that Muta has admitted on numerous occasions, this was murder. He continues to capitalize upon the notoriety that brings accreditation to his Arab handlers and media attention by America's slanderous and corrupt social media. The same goes for Noble, who knew Tupac for only 2 months, that much, who thinks he is the spokesperson, the keeper of the flame of the revolutionary Tupac Amaru Shakur, and his beloved brother Yafu. Ad nauseum, he wears a shirt of the revolutionary Che Guevara while bamboozling the fans into thinking he is appointed as representative of our revolutionary legacy. Not one of these crows dares to acknowledge the bond of love and devotion between Tupac and Yafu, but instead go on social media discussing Gaddafi's death like they are reading from a script, promoting their own irrelevance and disastrous music. They are the whores of Hollywood who have made careers deceiving the fans as to their merit and commitment to principles my sons died for. They creep around in desperation, trying to stay relevant, commenting on subject matter that they absconded from addressing 20 years ago and now dare to revisit at great harm to myself and my family. I have asked them repeatedly not to speak my son's name. Instead, they dare to do an interview with the family member whose cousin murdered Yafu. Number one, my son was murdered by Roddy Beal, Muta's cousin. Make no mistake, it was murder. Muta's family threatened all the witnesses and folks willing to come forward to testify that Roddy had threatened Yaki. Roddy even called the house where Yaki was at and told the people he was coming, but don't tell Yafu. He and his accomplice, Kadir Way, plead guilty to manslaughter and received light sentences because prosecutors had no witnesses. My son was buried under a shroud of lies which Muta and his family perpetuated. He fooled the world by claiming that his cousin made a mistake, despite privately admitting he was a notorious pillhead, pulling guns on people and unstable. He chose to support his cousin, listening to only his version of what happened. He made his choice. You can't have it both ways. You either stand for the truth or you stand for the lie. You supported a murderer and now dare to try and encourage interviewing your cousin. Why to advance your ratings? Why
by
not
the
make
way,
him an outlaw
guys,
or murder of
by the way,
pro-member?
we were so wrapped up in the comments. This is Yasmin Fula's response to Napoleon and the Outlaws. Okay.
That would be quite fitting. To stay relevant with your Arab handlers, it required some measure of courage to investigate and not just rely on his cousin.
There was a Facebook
We
post.
investigated. We know what happened. Muta participated in the cover-up, left the group, went to Saudi Arabia, leaving all to deal with the fallout of death and pain. Now he comes back an international hero, claiming rights of respect he does not deserve. I never blamed him for my son's killing. My son loved Muta. I blame him for participating in the cover-up which resulted in the lies today. Muta knows it was murder and has
And by the way, guys,
so in his numerous insulting speeches his life.
Muta is Napoleon's real name. Muta.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So she is speaking about Napoleon. Napoleon is the one of the outlaws who his younger cousin murked Yaki Kadafi.
Tupac. Murder is not the same as accident. You cannot have it both ways. As far as the outlaws are pros, go get a real job, you bottom feeders, and stop pimping my son and pimping Tupac.
Okay, she
Both
read
are
him.
irrelevant. Your music a disaster and disgrace. Noble would have never been here but for the arrest of Fatal at the House of Blues in 1996. You were not even a rapper. You fell into this role by default because your rap skills are a joke. I never understood why the estate didn't have you go take a seat. Guess they were preoccupied in silencing the more credible griots of this legacy, whose stories were not for sale. Me, your skills are mediocre, and when I hear you rap, I feel like my nails are scraping against a chalkboard. Had Tupac lived, I am sure, based on his comments to me, would have eased you out. It is as if in this interview you cannot say my name. Stop saying Gaddafi's mom. I am the true keeper of the flame of both Gaddafi and Tupac. Say my name, Yasmin, Eddie pretty surprised, but not surprised at you. Mew didn't do it. When was that ever the issue? The issue was honor, principle, integrity, and standing up for what really happened. You showed 20 years ago you lacked the balls to ask relevant questions regarding Gaddafi's murder, and today you continue to ride the Tupac gravy train, trying to stay relevant, sell records. We know you're a broke ass. Get a damn job. Stop throwing up signs. You're too old. Tupac was recruiting all of you for the work to build a movement for justice and truth. To strike a blow against mass incarceration, unemployment, misogyny, and build constructs in the community for empowerment of Black people. He chose international monikers for all because he was a global visionary connected to the world. Do you know what's going on in Uganda? After all, you were named after Idi Amin because you were overweight and obviously adhered to the same corrupt behavior. I guess Tupac saw more than I, even though I helped pick out the names. SMH. This wasn't about your personal paychecks, which is what you have turned this into. A damn paycheck. All of you sycophants feed on his corpse. Tupac was a revolutionary whose greatest flaw was associating with such losers as you and the other, no names too many to mention, who ride the Tupac gravy train daily. Why continue to claim relevance by discussing my son? Why couldn't any of you say, wow, we don't need to broach this subject out of respect for Yasmin? You couldn't even say my name till the end. I am Gaddafi's mom. The slap in the face and debacle of not being allowed to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is indicative of your irrelevance. You and Noble should have sat down long time ago, but now you bring shame to our families, not just mine. None of you should have been on the stage, not T.I., not Snoop, not Mopreme, not
None of
Preach.
them.
You know who should have accepted the award? Joan Baez, who was already being inducted. Why? Because she, more than any of you sleazy sloths, was a revolutionary, stood for the same principles Tupac was taught: anti-imperialism, anti-capitalism, loyalty, courage and integrity, freedom and justice for humanity and Black people's independence. We women taught him that, and he loved women. This is the subject of my projects, the circle of women who nurtured and raised Tupac and taught him love and respect. As far as Muta, go back to your handlers in Saudi Arabia or Dubai or wherever your Arab band of Islam came from. How dare you come to America preaching anything as you live under the protectorate of an Arab empire that enslaves and murders Africans daily, the Sudan, etc., where women are treated as animals, Saudi Arabia, where Africans are subjugated. I am a revolutionary warrior woman. My son was the descendant of a long line of revolutionaries that fought and died for the liberation of Black people. We know our history. You are a stain, the antithesis of what my son lived and died for. You have no right to come and criticize anyone, not the film, not the producers, not anyone, until the self accuses the self. Your fortune or perceived fortune is off the blood of my sons, both Tupac and Yafu. Every blessing you enjoy would not be but for life of my son. Instead of honoring Yafu, you bring shame and deceit to our homes, forcing me and my family to bury my son yet again under this shroud of lies and dishonor. You dare to state your cousin wouldn't lie. A predator known for shooting and robbing people wouldn't lie. Why not make him an outlaw, or better yet, murder of crows? He'd fit right in. Your pitiful attempt at staying relevant will be aggressively met by me and anyone who believes you push a religious agenda. Islam is a religion of honor and integrity. You have violated many of the tenets of Islam with your fraud and lies. I remain, as I always have been, the speaker of truth. I did not need to travel from the shores of the oppressors of Africans to understand my duty as a Black being. Speak about the genocide committed against Africans daily, about the Arab enslavement of Africans that would have more relevance. But judging by your crude comments and this fraudulent tour, your motives are self-serving. Do not come to me with a subservient Arabized version of Islam. Come to me with humility and sorrow at the pain you have caused my family. Until then, you are a fraud, betrayer, and liar. Islam teaches when a life is taken, much is to be done to make amends. What amends have you made to me, other than to continue to attempt to capitalize off my son's corpse? Blood in my eye! Your social media tour with the irrelevant crowds is an indication of your fraud, as fans across the globe are enticed into a perverse version of outlaw meaning. The real intent of the group died with the murder of its founding member, Yaki Kadafi. Had Tupac predeceased his beloved brother, he would have disbanded these crowds and replaced them hopefully with real soldiers.
Absolutely.
Anyone who sides with and aids the enemies of Black people is a traitor. You have betrayed our people on so many levels. Your betrayal of my family is unforgivable. Perhaps in the eyes of your handlers, you are doing your job, keeping an indigenous deceived population mesmerized with lies. But in the eyes of me, my family, and Black people, you are a traitor. And by the way, in your speaking engagement of unknown known date and origin, where you nonchalantly described Yafu's murder, stating, a couple of weeks later, the brother that introduced me to Tupac, his half-brother, got murdered by my cousin. Let me know if you need me to post the video to jolt your memory. Webster's definition of murder: unlawful, malicious, premeditated killing of a person. Webster's definition of accident: an unexpected or unintended happening. You can't have it both ways. Was it an accident or was it murder? By your own admission.
Okay, two people are talking at the same time.
Her public statement, which she titled Murder of Crows, was a blistering critique of the remaining Outlaws members, accusing them of exploiting her son's death. The pain is still raw. Napoleon has always maintained that he believes his cousin's account of an accident, a stance that has created a permanent rift with Gaddafi's family. This has left a cloud of suspicion that has never really gone away. Was it truly a tragic accident fueled by alcohol, or was Gaddafi silenced? Was it just a coincidence that the only witness willing to identify Tupac's murderer was himself killed just 2 months later? The case was closed, but the questions hang in the air. Yaki Kadafi's life was short, but his impact is impossible to ignore. He was a talented lyricist with revolution in his blood, a co-founder of a group that helped define an era. His voice is still right there on tracks that people play to this day. After his death, his mother released a posthumous mixtape, Sunrise, Volume 1, to preserve his musical legacy and help support his children. But you can't talk about Gaddafi's legacy without talking about the tragedy of his death and the enduring mystery of Tupac's murder. He was born from the revolutionary fire of the Black Panther Party and died in the violent storm of 90s gangsta rap. He was the godbrother, the loyal friend, and the key witness. We may never know for sure what really happened in that New Jersey hallway on November 10th, 1996. Was it a senseless accident that cut a promising life short? Or was it the final brutal act in the conspiracy that took Tupac Shakur? We have the official story, but for many, justice for Yaki Kadafi and for Tupac remains an unanswered question. What do you think really happened to Yaki Kadafi? Was it a tragic accident or a calculated silencing? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into hip-hop history, make sure to subscribe to the channel. After everything that we've learned from Jaguar Wright, I certainly look at the entertainment industry differently. What's on surface is not always the truth. We must dig deeper, plus use our discernment, and we must be willing to accept that evil does exist in this world. Remember, God told us to walk by faith and not by sight, meaning don't trust what you see as our eyes can deceive us. Without a shadow of a doubt, Hollywood and the entertainment industry reeks of evil and wickedness. Additionally, wickedness in high places, often mentioned in religious contexts, generally refers to the influence of evil forces, particularly demonic or spiritual powers, in positions of authority or leadership. It's not limited to literal high places, but rather signifies the control and manipulation exerted by these forces, which can manifest in various forms of corruption, oppression, and spiritual deception within human institutions and societies. You don't dilute the truth.
Yafu Fula.
So, what we're about to watch now, and I just love my AI voice. Yes, I found my AI voice, which is my voice. Yes. But what we're about to watch is this is the official police report that Yafu Fula about his murking. This is the official police report. AI is reading it, of course, and this is something I cannot attest that this is the real 100% report, but I do trust the channel that I got it from. So I do believe that this is the official police report. So Let's just take a listen to what it says.
Date of birth, October 9th, 1977. Aggravated assault with a firearm. Harm reported 3:48 a.m. The date is November 10th, 1996. The victim attacked was shot. The type of premises was hallway. Object of attack is an unknown firearm. Means of attack is unknown. On the above date and time, I responded to Mechanic Street, on the 3rd floor, where it was reported that a young black male had been shot in the head. I entered the 3rd floor hallway and observed a young black male laying on his back on the floor, with blood on the right side of his face. Holding his left hand was a young black girl, later known as Female No. 1 and Female No. 2.
The names were redacted as they were minor.
I also observed a green in color pipe approximately 2 feet from the victim's foot. I then asked Female No. 1 and Female No. 2 to enter the apartment in order to conserve the crime scene.
Why do you think that there was a pipe laying at his feet? Did somebody try to stage the crime scene?
Maybe.
Did they try to like put a weapon there to make it seem like at first it was self-defense?
Or maybe the perpetrator dropped the pipe because they were using the pipe.
But no one ever said that they were beating him with a pipe. They said he was in a headlock.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a smoking pipe.
No, it said a green and yellow pipe. Not a smoking pipe.
Well, 3 of them were together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's possible someone dropped it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was an accident, why was a pipe there? I guess.
But another thing, why was it in the hallway? Was it always there? I mean, why even mention it? I mean, was it in the hallway always? Did someone leave it there? That's the only 2 questions I could think about.
Yeah, yeah. Were they trying to? I'm thinking like, did you try to stage it like he was trying to attack you with a pipe, so you shot him? I'm not sure. I guess that's why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah, and I want clarification on what type of pipe it was. Like, what are they?
Yeah. Well, they would say in America's police reports, they would say what type. They would say a smoke
Yeah.
pipe.
Yeah, a pipe. Yeah. But they're not saying a metal. They're not saying a metal pipe. They're just saying a green and yellow pipe. They're not clarifying.
I thought he said a metal. He didn't say a metal pipe. Let me back it up. I thought he said it. I'm sorry. Let's back it up a little bit. Maybe he did.
Exactly. I see that.
On the above date and time, I responded to Mechanic Street, on the 3rd floor, where it was reported that a young black male had been shot in the head. I entered the 3rd floor hallway and observed a young black male laying on his back on the floor, with blood on the right side of his face. Holding his left hand was a young black girl, later known as Female No. 1 and Female No. 2. I also observed a green in color pipe approximately 2 feet from the victim's foot.
Yep.
I then asked Female No. 1 and Female No. 2 to enter the apartment in order to conserve the crime scene. Female No. 2 then entered apartment 310.
Okay, so just to kind of clarify what I'm saying is that in America they call pipes paraphernalia type of. They would have called that out.
Yep. Right. Yep.
They would have said paraphernalia, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, paraphernalia. Yep.
Okay.
At this time, Officer B. Troop, Officer A. Smith, and Lieutenant T. Smith arrived on the scene. I then entered apartment 310 and spoke to Female No. 2 and her daughter, Female No. 1.
Where'd Chipper go?
Female No. 1 then told me that the victim was a Mr. Yafu
You might have to
Fula,
drop the link again.
which was female number one's boyfriend, and that he had been visiting from California and had missed a flight earlier today going to Georgia. Female number two then stated approximately 8 to 10 minutes before the incident occurred.
Listen to what the paperwork said that he had missed his flight back to Georgia that day.
Mm-hmm.
He missed his flight. He missed his flight and got murdered.
But wasn't he putting off that flight?
No, he missed it.
But did he cancel a whole bunch of flights before that?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear that part. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Did you read that?
I thought I was watching something earlier on. I think that's what they were talking about.
It's possible. It's possible, but I didn't come across that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She heard someone knock on her door. Upon answering the door, she was confronted by two black males, one of them being approximately 5 foot 5 inches in height, slim build, light-skinned, brown eyes, wearing a green jacket with dark pants, with a shaved haircut, and a solid black or dark blue baseball cap. The other suspect was approximately 5 foot 2 inches in height, slim build, brown eyes, brown hair, dark skin, wearing a black shirt, blue jeans, and a green and blue jacket. Both suspects appeared to be 18 to 20 years of age. Female number 2 said that the unknown actors asked to speak to the victim. The victim then answered the door and greeted the actors as if they were friends. A few minutes later, female number 1 or female number 2 state that they heard a gunshot, and when they looked out the door, they saw the victim on the floor and both actors had fled. Female number 2 then notified us. Female number 1 stated that Mr. Fula had been wearing a bulletproof vest because Mr. Fula was the belated rap singer Tupac's brother, and that he had had a lot of problems with the people in the area because of it. I then asked female number 1 and female number 2 to stay in the apartment and that Mr. Fula would be transported to UND hospital. I then exited the apartment and observed EMS treating the victim. All the victim's clothing and a white-colored bulletproof vest were placed to the side by EMS. Lieutenant T. Smith then told me to follow DMS units to UMD Hospital, located at 150 Bergen Street in Newark, New Jersey, for treatment. Upon our arrival, we were met by a Dr. David H. Livingston. I observed Dr. Livingston treating the victim and observed him pull out one glass vial with a tan-colored top containing a white substance. I then assisted the nurses with the patient's clothing and found $61.30 in US currency, some personal papers, and a small zip-locked bag of green vegetation of alleged marijuana. The victim's clothing and personal valuables were in my possession until the arrival of Detective J. Anderson. Dr. Livingston stated that the victim sustained a bullet wound to the upper right side of the right eye. Dr. Livingston also stated that the bullet remained in the victim's head and he was going to be placed in an intensive care unit with a life support apparatus. This is beneficial and marked as Orange PD, Incident Report, 96-29-039. Its date was November 10th, 1996.
Wow.
My only sincere hope is that possibly by releasing this document, we can come one step closer to solving the numerous murders surrounding those who were with Tupac, supported Tupac, and died in mysterious ways while at Death Row Records. From Johnny J to Frank Alexander to Michael Moore to Russell Poole, these murders seem to be more than just one big coincidence. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who watched the video. And if you would like more information on the unsolved murder of Tupac Shakur, be sure to check out Tupac Assassination: Battle for Compton. It's available for free if you have Amazon Prime, and you can also find it on Google Play, as well as even on YouTube to rent. It's well worth the watch, and it shows you the broader picture that goes way beyond just a gang beef. I appreciate
Dark Angel. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember that very moment. I was in the basement of my mother's house, and I was in there with my cousin, and the news came on, and they announced it, and I just fell to the floor. Like, oh my God. Like never before I've ever felt that way about a celebrity. But it was like I knew him. It's like I knew Pop. So, because I just resonated with the words. Like, to me, like, Black, he's young. He doesn't get it, you know, where I was a young adult at that time. I was 20 years old, to where I was like, when he was introduced to the world, I was like 15 years old. So I totally understood. And I lived in the ghetto. So I resonated with all of his storytelling or his real life, you know, telling when it came to growing up in the ghetto, that he was like, oh my God, he's talking about things that I see every day. Brenda's got a baby, you know, teen pregnancy, you know, teens, you know, prostituting themselves and things of that nature. Dear mama, because I felt that way about my mama. I was mad at her for so long, but then, you know, you think about it like, yeah, mama did do her best, you know, keep your head up, stuff like that, you know, to the Black women, you know. That's why I think that Tupac is the dopest. I don't care about the cadence that Biggie had. I don't care about the cadence that or the lyrical, the rhyming ability. It didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean anything to me. I didn't resonate. I mean, I think that Biggie was talented. I liked Biggie. Not saying anything about it, you know, his talent or anything like that. But there was no substance in what he was rapping about. He was rapping about good things, but he wasn't rapping about real things. He was rapping about, well, yeah, he was, but it was the real things, the devastating things like, oh, I was selling drugs, I'm doing this, get your gap, blah, 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 partying and bullshit, smoking this, smoking that. That type of stuff that they wanted to feed us as a Black community. The industry and the hip-hop agenda wanted to corrupt our minds. They wanted mass incarceration, and they wanted us to murk each other in the Black community. So there was no uplifting. So the lyrical ability, the cadence or whatever, that's nothing when it comes down to the substance that Pop had in most of his rhymes. Yes, he made some nefarious songs. Well, that's the part he had to play some of the game to get some type of money, right? That's what they had, right? That's what they made him do. But that's why he wanted to become independent, because he no longer wanted to talk about that crap. He didn't want to poison the mind of Black people, because he was an activist in heart. He grew up in the Panther family. He was a revolutionary at heart. If people would really listen to his interviews, you would see that kid, because that's what he was when he passed away. To me, he was a kid. Had knowledge, had love, had wisdom. Period. But at the end, Biggie wanted to get away too, but I never seen him rap anything that had substance or anything positive like I did Pop. Period, point blank. There's no comparison. I'll argue that all day long. All right, let's finish this up, guys.
Appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see everybody
Biggie
on the next upload.
definitely was a sellout. There's purposely no music here, but I did do another song for Kadafi, which is about to come on next, and then the video will end. But this is Kadafi. This is Pop on a birthday at Pop's birthday. Or did I put something else on here?
Don't know.
Or did it not? I'm here. Maybe it didn't take. Oh, there it is. I actually wrote this song as well. I wrote this song and I also produced this song as well. Hope you enjoy it.
Hip-hop history is a battlefield littered with ghosts. The deepest scar, Tupac Shakur. A murder case built on lies and whispers, but forget the theories. The one man who could have pointed his finger at the trigger puller was executed before he could talk.
This is the truth, boy, like saying, they did the hard thing, and 2 months later they made sure he was a
Once the witness drops, one shot the truth stops. Just imagine as the story they sold, or a hitman's correct to keep a secret cold. The only eyes that saw the killer face, and recent from the game, no fucking praise. Forget the Vegas was a better one, forged to fire. Before Yaki Kadafi, there was Yaki Kadafi, brother to Tupac. Born from the same camp, the struggle they mothers fought. So when Pac ignited the world, he brought his day one with him. He knighted him an outlaw, gave him the name of a fallen leader. Kadafi wasn't just a voice on tracks like Hail Mary or the war cry or Hit 'em Up. He was a general in Pac's army. The loyalty put him in the crossfire in Vegas, September 7th. The convoy rolling behind That loyalty put him in the crossfire in Vegas, September 7th. That convoy rolling behind Pac's BMW. He was right there. He saw the white Cadillac pull up. He saw the arm extend from the back seat. He saw the muzzle flash that ripped a hole in the universe. He told the police flat out, I saw him. He was the key. The one man who could burn their whole conspiracy to the ground, but the cops stalled, the feds delayed, and the death sentence was signed in their silence. Tupac's death threw a black shroud over everything. The air turned to poison, paranoia wasn't a whisper, it was a scream.
The outlaws were just kids, the king assassinated, and now they were targets. Gaddafi retreated to Jersey, but the target on his back burned like a brand. He told his girl they were back, burn not for revenge, but the silence what he saw.
October bled into November. The Machiavelli album dropped, the prophecy from the grave, and it was Gaddafi's voice, a ghost on the record, a final warning. 5 days after that album hit the streets, the prophecy came true. The clock ran out. 2 months, the witness drops. One shot, the truth stops. Just imagine is the story they sold, or a hitman's contract to keep a secret cold. The only eyes that saw the killer face, erasing from the game, no fucking trace. November 10th, the Project Hallway in Jersey. Yaffu Fuller bleeds out on the 3rd floor, landing a single shot to the head. The official story, a joke, a fucking insult. They called it an accident. The shooter, Roddy Beal, a relative of another outlaw, turns himself in their fairy tale. They were drunk playing with a gun and it just went off. He gets a slap on the wrist for manslaughter. Case closed, move along. But the streets don't buy fairy tales. His family screamed it was a lie. His mother knew it was bullshit, an accidental shot to the dome. The only witness in the biggest murder in music history dies by mistake. Don't insult our intelligence, this wasn't an accident. This was a cleanup job, a hit, plain and simple, to bury the truth with. So let's stop asking questions and start stating facts. Who gained the most from Gaddafi's death? The man who pulled the trigger on Tupac, Orlando Anderson, or the one who ordered the hit on Tupac?
Did he?
Did he? It was payback for the MGM lobby beatdown, a hit orchestrated by his uncle Keith D, or was it Diddy? If Gaddafi had lived to see a police lineup, he would have pointed his finger and the whole house of cards would have collapsed. He was their #1 threat. His death wasn't convenient, it was required.
Now, a decade later, TD is in cuffs, and the world acts like justice is served, but it's a hollow victory. It only illuminates the price of pay. His testimony was the key, and they stole it from him. So when you remember Gaddafi, don't just remember the witness. Remember the artist. Remember the soldier who stood by his brother and paid the ultimate price for his loyalty. So let's be clear. This was no mistake in a Jersey hallway. This was a calculated execution to shatter the key that could unlock the Tupac case. The truth isn't lost in some fog. It's written in blood. We left with hip-hop's most brutal what if, a double execution. First the icon, then the witness.
Right.
This is our final tribute for the talent they stole, for the truth he held, for the man who saw it all. Rest in power. Yaki Kadafi, outlaws for life. 2 months the leg gets dropped. Push out the killer. This thing is me and destroy their soul. Get master with to keep us up quick minds. The only odds is saw the killer. Hey, inflation everything will fuck it. Hey, 2 months the leg gets dropped. Push out the killer. This thing is me and destroy their soul. Get master with to keep us up quick minds. The only odds is saw the killer. Hey, inflation everything will fuck it. Hey. R.I.P. Yaki Kadafi. I can't disagree, y'all. So
All right.
Auntie Leah, I really liked the music. I really liked the instrument in that song. That sounded a bit Middle Eastern. I liked it.
Thank you.
Really liked it.
Yep, thank you very much. I tried something new. Trying different things.
And before you close out today, can we play like 5 minutes of what I've got sitting there, just as a little advertising? You know, if anyone hasn't subscribed to my channel, you know, I've got some good stuff over there.
Yep. Everybody go subscribe to Mixed Mountain Productions channel. She got some dope songs and dope content over there.
Yeah, give them a little taster if you're not got anything else lined up after this.
I do not. So, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there we are. Let's go.
Right. Let's check out a little bit of this. Now, if you like it, I'll put the link in the chat and you can go to it. There's like nearly 2 hours worth of this music. We're not playing all of that. We're just playing a little bit. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on now. Yeah. Get on up, yo. That's it. Now move with me. Move with me. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
It's that 80s vibe, guys. That early 80s. Hey. Go.
Get on up.
Go. Hey,
that's it.
Hey, the roof.
Now move with me.
The roof. The roof is on me. Hey.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Go. Oh, y'all don't want me to do it. I know how to break. I'll do it, y'all. Oh. I'm doing that too, y'all. The room is tuned. Take us back, Nick. Take us back.
Yeah.
I love this beat.
You know you want to. Get on up. That's it. Now move with me. Move with me. Here we go.
Oh my God, you talking about aim. Yeah.
You know you want to.
Go. Oh, okay. I was about to do it now.
Come on, he's doing it. He's still there. It goes well.
I'm just like Turbo.
Come on now.
Goes well with the dancing. Throwback Tuesday. Hey, Temper.
Go. Go Turbo. Go Turbo. Go Turbo. Go Turbo. Yeah, I did it. Y'all see me do that. I got it.
It goes well with music.
Yeah. Y'all see my broom?
Go for it, Archangel. Go for it. It's allowed. I've allowed it. Use it. There's 2 hours of it there to pick from.
Get on up. That's it. Now move with me. Move with me. Move with me.
Get on up, Sam. Yeah.
Move with me. Move with me. Here we go.
get on now.
Yeah.
You know you want to.
Hey, Jerry Curl. Hey.
You know you want to. You know you want to.
That's it. Now move with me. Move with me. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
You know you want to.
Learn me a new move, y'all. Hey, Maya.
You know you want to.
Get on
You know you want to.
Get on. That's it. Dance some kids too. Now move with me. Move with me. Move with me. I see my y'all guys. Right there.
Yeah, she's on Nick's channel. That's why you don't see her. Not Al. Jennifer, she's on your channel.
Yeah.
I had to do the white girl. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Nick. And that was awesome. If you guys want to hear the full mix, please head over to Nick's channel. Subscribe to the chat. Yeah, Nick, you know I gotta go to work in the morning. It's 11:08 p.m. So I gotta go to work. Head over to Nick's channel.
My channel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I will go live and I'll play it. I'll play the whole thing
Go
over there.
live and play it. Yeah,
I will.
Auntie got to get up in a few hours, and I got to go to sleep. Nick, on the
Just
other
let me-
hand, she's a little bit more flexible with her time. So please head over to drop your link.
Just let me drop my channel link in, or Archangel can. Before we go, is Archangel doing it?
You can drop it yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm.
Hey guys.
Oh.
Great to see you here again.
Pause. Oh my God.
Please go jam out with Nick. She's on Australian time.
Yeah.
That means it's only 1 o'clock 09 p.m. her time in the afternoon. It's 11.
That's great. Yep.
11:09 p.m. my time. I have to work in the morning, so we will be back live this week. I'm gonna try to put another video together for us so we can do another segment of Hip Hop is a Graveyard, guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. I'm not ready to end it yet, woman. My panel been acting up today. Y'all been acting up.
4 in the morning.
I don't know where Jay behind is, but Jay doesn't feel well. Hopefully he'll be back with us soon, though. He's not feeling well right now. But I want you guys to know I appreciate you every time you give us a view, every time you tune in to us. Please like the live, share the live. We want to grow. I think, like I said, I thank God that I'm over 3,000 subscribers now. We got to get Nick caught up. Please share the live. Temper. Please share the live. Please like the live. Share it on all your social media platforms. We got a lot of good content coming. Jag Nation, always to the end, no matter what. It's always Jag Nation, Jag Country. We love her, no matter how many people that want to visit the panel and don't agree with what we believe. The logical speaker ones are the ones that are in this chat and the one that's on this panel. We see it. We see beyond what the eyes tell us or what the media tells us. Period. Point blank. Here's what it is. I see it. I'm pretty sure you guys see it.
Yep.
Truth teller. Truth teller season. Woke. Stay woke. Okay. Love y'all. Please go over to Nick's.
Come over to my channel. I'll go live right now.
I'm going to sleep.
Good night, Auntie Leah. Thank you. Love you too. See ya.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.